Thanks for joining us. I'm Courtney Cole with the WBZ News Update and a look at our top stories. The search for 35-year-old Brittany T. in Brookfield continues today. She's been missing for about a week now. Investigators have widened their search in the areas of routes 9 and 148. There was also activity around the home where T and her boyfriend live. Police say she left her Brookfield home on foot. Her family tells us she had her phone, her iPad, and wallet with her. But they also say it's unlike her to be gone for so long without contacting them. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is urged to call police. The hockey community is rallying around the family of a 16-year-old player who was killed in a crash. Dylan Quinn of Rehoboth was in a friend's pickup truck bringing breakfast to a friend when they crashed on Sunday morning. The driver is still in the hospital. Quinn's community is now leaving hockey sticks outside their doors to honor his life. They're sharing photos of the tributes to social media using the hashtag #SticksOutForDylan. Sports betting is officially launching in Massachusetts in just 2 weeks now. Encore Boston Harbor, Plain Ridge Park, and MGM Springfield have been granted licenses for in-person sports betting. Anyone 21 years and older will be able to bet on professional and college sports in the state. Today, the Gaming Commission is reviewing 6 applications for mobile sports betting, which is expected to launch in March. And the sun is finally back after days of snow, and it was gloomy out there with the clouds, but we're getting a much needed break today. You might even need to grab the sunglasses. Meteorologist Zack is giving us the latest in our next weather forecast.
Well, hopefully you've been able to enjoy the blue sky while it's here, because we're turning back into the clouds sooner rather than later. In fact, we'll probably see those filter in over the next few hours, and there may be even a few sprinkles at times late this evening and through the overnight. We'll kind of carry that trend with a little off and on drizzle possible as we roll through Wednesday, but we're back near 50 degrees, so it is plain rain at that point. Then a little mixed possibility for Thursday afternoon. Still seems to be reserved after midday, and we're trying to turn the corner and get some colder air to spill in for Friday. And there may be some plowable conditions. I think that's obviously the big conversation this week, but it really isn't amassing to a whole lot, and we'll be quiet once again as we move into the upcoming weekend. But taking a look at the timeline and some of the impacts that come along with Thursday, we're still dealing with mainly green across the map, which is indicating just plain rain off to the south and east of the Pike. Now, to the northern side of the state, there may be enough cold air to at least facilitate some of the stacking, but this is more of the slushy accumulation, not going to be the light, airy, fluffy stuff. Now, the farther north you go, the higher in elevation, the better case of seeing this ultimately stack, but we're probably turning over into more just rain here in southern New England as we wake up on Friday morning. As it starts to peel farther off towards the Canadian Maritimes, it may do enough to just grab some of that lasting cold air from the Gulf of Maine and bring it back down to southern New England. So it's snow at the onset of this system, it's snow at the end of this system. So we're thinking about plowable conditions. It's probably going to be to the north of the Pike, really along the Route 2 corridor, and areas north is probably going to be your best bet, but nonetheless, that little sliver of northern Massachusetts may just be enough to at least give us some plows or maybe some treatment on the roadways. Lower, really not much of a risk once you go outside the Boston to Worcester line. So the farther south and east you go, the less of a concern there will ultimately be. The energy right now still well off to the west. In fact, we're focusing in on the Four Corners. This is where the undefined wave of low pressure currently sits. It's got all the United States to track before landing towards us. So what we see with the clouds today is actually a completely independent system. Is they got the sweeping arm of moisture that's moving out through central New York State over into northern New Jersey. We may do enough to at least grab some of the isolated showers. Not seeing many snowflakes. I think that's going to be returning back over north of Albany and eventually into Vermont. But the clouds are going to continue to filter in. The temperatures are going to stall out, likely in the mid to upper 40s today. A few isolated sprinkles possible as we move overnight and early tomorrow morning. But otherwise, we're back near 50 degrees tomorrow afternoon. There's really not much in store, so we can take advantage of what Wednesday has to offer too. All emphasis going to be on Thursday and Friday. One more time. Thursday morning is doing fine. Thursday afternoon and evening going to be a little bit dicey, at least some slower travel anticipated. Friday is going to be our better bet of a little punch or a little snowable plow. So the end of the week is probably going to shake up to more of a wintry scene rather than what Thursday afternoon has. Saturday and Sunday, though, let's wipe everything clean. We're back near seasonal averages for the first half of the weekend. Little boost in temperatures on Sunday, near 45 with partly cloudy skies.
I'm Courtney Cole. This has been a WBZ News Update.